I-4 corridor, tourist hotbed, and a stretch of road that has its own rivalry game. We are set for a war for this stretch of road, and at the end of it, only one will have the right of way. A live look at Acrisure Bounce House in the heart of beautiful Orlando, Florida. It's the USF Bulls and the UCF Knights. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
UCF has a unique stadium, the Acrisure Bounce House. Florida tries to get this going loud and proud in Orlando. It opened in 2007. Nearly 50,000 fans pack it in to make sure that is loud and crazy for the Golden Knights. Reese?
All right, Holly. And the Bulls headed toward the ball, and we're ready for action. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. So the UCF Knights offense to go on the attack first. The Golden Knights took down the Bulls, perhaps by the horns the last time they met, and won the war on I-4.
Yeah, UCF feels like since moving to the Big 12, they're starting to recruit better players, and I think that was the difference the last time these two teams met up. They just seemed to be bigger and stronger when the game was on the line.
And obviously, the war on I-4 is awesome, and this is a good rivalry game that's kind of budding, but one thing you talked about speed, Palmer. In the state of Florida, you have speed, and UCF has a lot of speed, a lot of playmakers, and it was on full display.
Back to pass, it's Barnett. Punts it out of the air, and they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
Gonna take a shot at this DB. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. The Knights will send out the punt unit.
Number 49 on to punt it away.
Here's the return. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. So the USF Bulls offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And there he is, this senior wide receiver. He is a guy who is reliable and can be dangerous if he gets a chance.
It's pretty amazing when you watch this offense because they're not very talented. They're average, quite honestly, a lot of spots, except the guy at wide receiver, David. He is elite. And today on offense, everything should go through him.
And when you've got one of those guys, you've got a chance, right? One guy that puts fear in the defense. And I love that we continue to see guys have real success at smaller levels, right? It's not just the power four. These are guys that end up getting plucked and go to the next level. You can still be a burner and still have that great speed and route running and develop. And this guy has, and he is one of the best players he actually is the best player on this team, and he is option number one for this squad.
Got his man downfield. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
At the 13-yard line.
The Bulls will snap it on 1st and 10. Using his legs, it's Isaac. Headed to the end zone. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one.
You can see this defense. They are back on their heels right now. This offense very much in a groove, in a rhythm. They've got to find something to disrupt this. Right now, they're doing...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulls! And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2.
Number 7, set to kick off.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Knights start this drive as the offense looks ready to go. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll start on the ground with Duke Watson. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. The war on I-4 is relatively new. Both schools compete across 14 sports for the right to win the golden I-4 road sign. But, of course, the most important battle is the one that happens on the gridiron.
It is, but how cool is it, the war on I-4? I mean, that's just it's a dope name. I really like it. Obviously, this is kind of a new rivalry, but Palmer, UCF, USF, they're fighting for the same kids in recruiting and building a program.
Yeah, man, whether you get off on McIntosh Road, the Florida Turnpike, or Lake Mary Boulevard, these two schools do not like each other. Whether it's the Bounce House or Raymond James Stadium, the war on I-4, baby, that's where it's at.
And it's so fun to have that trump card, right? Like, it's almost like playing a video game with this guy. When you got a big tight end that can make plays, that gets open, that feels those soft spots in the zones, third downs, money downs, the tight end is always open, especially with that big body. He finds him, and he gets the first down. First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
The Knights can really attack on this second and short. A handoff for Watson. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Looking to pass. It's Barnett. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. He's going to try to knock one through from 49 yards away. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bulls offense comes out ready to go to work. Off to a good start here, and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. The run inside. It's Isaac. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, you can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Now the play fake. Moving away from pressure. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
And defensive backs, you think, don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's the pressure. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Makes the grab down the middle. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9, where it'll be 1st and goal.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a pretty dumb decision by the opponent to go for it so deep in their own end, and this offense now is making them pay for that. After getting the ball back on the 3rd play of the drive, they're able to run it, get the first down, and stay on the field.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. This rivalry has a deep and storied history, plenty of memorable moments. Here are a few of them. They've swapped ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the 2nd. Starting off this quarter, close enough to smell the goal line. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And he charges across the line. Touchdown, UCF! The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point gives them a 3-point lead at 10-7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. They'll open this drive, hoping to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. On the ground, it's Isaac. Runs through a tackle. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Makes the grab. It's Odom. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. To the air, it's Van Buren. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
And that's how pressure on a quarterback can affect the passing game. They were able to get after him on that play, and as a result, the QB made a bad decision, forcing that football into double coverage.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Really good 3rd down defense, man. Understanding the sticks and getting them in 3rd long, first of all, is where they won first. And then playing the pass, breaking on the football, forcing a 4th down and in their own territory for the offense. Great job by this team.
And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play.
Really nice job there by the punter on that one, getting a lot of hang time and allowing the gunners to get down the field so they could play it off the bounce, down it. Nice coffin corner kick.
Big collision there, and they'll mark him down after a 6-yard gain.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Well, Scott Frost back at head coach for UCF, and so immediately you expect them to be able to run the football. We saw in recent years guys like R.J. Harvey just get it done for the Knights, and It's going to be interesting now to see what they can do moving forward, right? This is an offense that wants to go tempo. They want to establish the running game, David, and they need some superstars to emerge.
Well, and that's why they brought in Duke Watson, right? They wanted to bring a guy in with experience that you've been there, done that. He was obviously at Louisville at a little bit different level, now expecting big things. You got to be able to run the football, want to be physical, have that ground game so you can do the tempo, you can do all the other fun things. So big shoes to fill at the running back spot.
Makes the catch. It's Charles. Runs through a man. He might have space. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10. The Knights have this offense rolling. Here's a gift to Watson. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to throw, it's Barnett. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Fires left. Complete downfield. He's across the 50 and out of bounds at the 49, and a great pickup on that one.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
Looking down the middle. He's got the tight end. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
And it's on 3rd downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this.
There's some room. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And this defense, man, they've got to find some answers. They've been less physical than the offense. They've owned the line of scrimmage. They're running the football, putting a drive together. All right, now in the red zone, field shrinking. How do they handle this situation? Bring more bodies, be more physical, be more aggressive.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room.
A lot of times defenses blitz to stop the run. This very play right here, blitz the linebacker, but man, the offense did a great job. Everybody understood what they saw. Running back understood. Pick up a nice positive gain when they were trying to get a blitz and maybe create.
He makes a grab. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
And how about this drive? Like this offense, just the composure, backed up inside your own 10, a little bit nervous to start, and then you come out, put some plays together,
Touchdown Knights! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This USF offense will open this drive right here. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard, you're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum, cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the third quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
The bounce house is rolling here on third down, trying to help UCF. Here's a little room there. Smashes through the tackle. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. And the Bulls come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Van Buren. Pulls it in. It's Sullivan. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. The Bulls use their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Bulls with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. He's got the tight end. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. Timeout taken by the offense is their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And the Bulls go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Looking to throw on first down. Got a man. It's Isaac. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line. The Bulls, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Right down the middle. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one the offense just needs to be able to hit, right? That's a completion they should be able to hit in their sleep. Receivers got to do a better job.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Timeout now called by USF, and that's their final one. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking for a man. It's Van Buren. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
And this offense shows right away on first down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on 2nd down and goal?
Got nothing last time. Now 2nd and goal from the 3. Trying to find the end zone. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, when UCF and USF get together, it's like a UFC match, fiery and feisty. This running back is enjoying one very productive day. He's the bell cow for this team. They are not afraid to give him the ball, and he's a big reason why they're 2 quarters from a win. Fellas, so much intrigue when UCF and USF face off. Let's get things back to you.
The Knights will boot away to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence. Breaks into the open. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to.
Maybe some room here. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Looking downfield, it's Van Buren. That's caught. It's Isaac. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
Fakes to grab. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. And the Bulls pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Wants to throw on first down. Oh, and he just dropped it so close to his second interception of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open. That's why that one fell incomplete.
And defensive guys are taught to really work through the hands of the wide receiver. Whenever the ball's starting to come, I'm trying to smash that thing down as soon as the wide receiver's trying to catch it. If we both try to catch it, a lot of times you see those contested catches by the offensive player. Nice job by the defense, knocking it down, getting the ball in the ground.
He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense, 1st and goal from the 7. The Bulls come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
Got it back on 2nd and goal. And he's in! Touchdown, South Florida!
And you gotta love the mindset that this squad just came out with in the second half. Clearly could not run the football the way they wanted to in the first half. Second half came out with energy, with passion, got the running game going, and then no surprise, they go down the field, they double up their rushing yards, Palmer, and they punch it in the end zone.
You give the guys up front a ton of credit, too, because they were missing some assignments, getting pushed around a little bit here in the first half, which is why they weren't able to have success running the football. And they had a little bit of a come to Jesus, it seems, at halftime. They've come out now playing a little bit angry and finally able to get some movement up front. That made all the difference here on this drive with their ability to run it.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UCF hoping to get things rolling here on offense. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the 3rd quarter, they'll try to answer here. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
At some point, enough is enough. This is the guy that's beating me. He's priority number 1. We got to go get him. It's getting later in the second half. I got to go out and make some plays and get my offense the ball back.
Dropping back, it's Barnett. Oh, they're after him. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And they'll take over 1st and 10.
They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Looking to the big tight end. Caught. And he won't be able to push his way in. He stopped at the 1.
Such a nice job in pass protection. You got the corner route there to the tight end. It's going to take the big fellow a little while to get to that area of the field, so you got to build a nice pocket for the quarterback to throw from. And
touchdown Bulls! They take the lead here in the second half. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he makes the extra point. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. Fielded in the end zone, it's Thomas. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. They'll start on the ground with Duke Watson. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Plays like that, but just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
The Knights have it with a 1st and 10. Here's Duke one more time. Maybe a crease. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. The Knights in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Running inside, it's Watson. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? Wide receiver going in motion. Back to pass, it's Barnett. Makes the grab. Taken down just short of the sticks, but the offense still within scoring range on 4th down. Less than a yard to go for a first down, and the offense will remain on the field. They'll go with Watson. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. Headed into the final period, both of these backs have been strong so far and looking to be able to finish. Through the game, and we'll start with the first down. Watson again. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Hauls it in. And the defense was right there to make the tackle, but not before they get it to the 12 and set up in the red zone. The Knights go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Trying to run, it's Watson. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They give it to him again. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
On 3rd down, here's Watson. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Watson. Touchdown, Knights! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Man, This is wild. Late in the game, we're seeing two heavyweight fighters trading blows. The offense scores their last time out. This offense now scores a touchdown here late to get the lead, but there's time left on the clock. Can the defense step up here and make a stop to preserve this win?
On to attempt the try.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
He's got it, and the lead is up to a field goal. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bulls offense comes out ready to go to work. So they just gave up the lead on that last touchdown drive. Now to put something together to go back on top late. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
You gotta love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Wide open downfield. There he goes. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And that's good enough for first down.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Isaac. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And the Bulls come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They'll go right back to the run. Finding some room. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
First down for the offense.
The Bulls are moving quickly down the field. They'll send the back in motion. Dropping back, it's Van Buren. Fires to the middle. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. The earth is shaking. Bounce House living up to its name as UCF tries to get off the field. To the ground to try to pick up the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense, because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards, and good things are happening.
Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The run inside. It's Isaac. Touchdown, USF! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th. The Bulls deliver an answer.
This is an offense that has so much confidence. They believe they're able to win the game when it matters the most. They've got the playmakers to do it. You saw it on that last touchdown. Now taking the lead with less than 2 minutes to go.
They'll try to tack on an extra point here deep in the game. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly roll.
Here on the UCF sideline, this defense has been the star of the show today. The offense has had their back against the wall, and now is the moment they've got to come alive. They are trailing in this game, and I can see them talking to each other before they take the field for this drive. Now is their
Punt, and he's got room. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. The Knights peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Handoff for Watson. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle, but they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
Motion from the wideout. To the air. It's Barnett. Moves around to clear up the vision. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
And this is a tough spot now to be in for this offense because it's 3rd and long. The defense knows you have to pass the football, so they're going to be playing conservative. So what's your play you can dial up? Maybe get half of this back. Like, I know the clock is ticking, but I got to make sure that I maybe cut this down and make it a more manageable 4th down if I don't complete this 3rd and long.
The Knights, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. They'll give it to Watson.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
I think the frustrating thing for this offense at this point is they've had a lot of success, and still they find themselves down on the scoreboard. And so I think if you're going to get back in this game, you've got to go back to the well. Think about the play calls that have worked for you in this game, where you found success, where you found your explosive plays. Don't be afraid to call those plays again right now in this 2-minute situation.
Timeout is called by the offense, 16 seconds left in the game. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just
touchdown, UCF! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And how about this QB coming up clutch in a big moment? Gotta have it. You've dreamed about it your whole life. He puts the ball on the money. They make the catch, take the lead with seconds remaining on the clock.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's good, and he pushes the lead to 3. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And what a late touchdown in the final minute that is likely the game winner here. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Dropping back, it's Van Buren. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. They'll use the timeout, 6 seconds left on the clock. This will be the last play of the game and the last chance they have maybe to win it at the gun. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. Timeout is called with just a single second left. And they are coming out for what will be a huge field goal attempt. Makes this one, and it'll be all tied up in the final minute. And he got it! Tied the game, and we're going to OT. right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
So here comes our first play of overtime. They'll run out of the gun with Watson. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Fires to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal. Looking to throw, it's Barnett. Hauls it in. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. 2nd and goal for the offense. Looking to fire. Got his man. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. They've got a little work to do here on 3rd and goal in overtime. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
Down by a field goal and a touchdown will win it. Let's see what they've got on 1st down. Running inside. It's Isaac. There's a crease. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. Great place to start for this offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. It's complete to the left. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Looking for a crease, it's Isaac. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the 1st down, new set of downs, let's go.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. He got it in, and the celebration is on. A walk-off touchdown in OT. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
The war on I-4 hits the passing lane and goes west to Tampa as the Bulls get the best of the Knights. That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.